Hi, this is Freya with another edition of How to Sing That Song. And today I want to go through the title song from the movie The Sound of Music. I just love that movie and I love that song. It's sung in a semi-classical way, so please stay tuned. I love the song just because you can really get into head voice coloring in there. And while a lot of it is sung in head voice, it is still in a very specific way. You don't want to sound too classical. You don't want to sound like too much into the opera direction, but you also don't want to do it in chest voice. You want to do it in a very light but very clear and beautiful way. So let's do the first part. My day in the hills has come to an end. I know a star has come out to tell me it's time to go. So what's very important here is very clean and direct. Not too much slurring, stuff like that. Don't go, my day in the hills has come to an end. I know it's too unclassical. It needs to be very direct and very straight. So make sure you hit the pitches directly and don't slur too much. The next thing is you want to use your head voice all the way to the middle part. You don't want any break to be visible or obvious within the song. You don't want to go, my day in the hills. Whenever you go low, you don't want to be into chest voice. You want to stay in head voice most of the time, but then it goes into a very relaxed chest voice. You will see what I mean later. In the chorus, this comes also. But make sure you also have very clear enunciation. That's really important. It's not, my day in the hills has come to an end. I know. My days in the hills have come. My day in the hills has come to an end, I know. And very, very, just make yourself work for it. It's very important because you want to be understood. Just think of Julie Andrews. She does an awesome job. She is a great singer and she's classically trained also, but she doesn't sound like opera. She has this very nice, clear, light voice but also has a lot of color in it. So you want to go for that sound. Also, your placement back here in your throat, you don't want to go into this very dark color. You want to stay on the very brighter side. You don't want to go, my day in the hills has come to an end. That'd be too dark. Very relaxed. Larynx in a very neutral position. Relax. So let's go on. But deep in the dark green shadows. See here? For me, it's kind of too dark to be in head voice all the way. Dark green shadows when I go too dark, too low here. I'm too heady. I think it's too heady, so I like it. Deep in the dark green shadows. I'm actually not in head voice anymore here, but in a very open, very light chest voice. Shadows, not dark. Shadows, I am still in kind of a speaking fashion here, yeah. Shadows are voices that urge me to stay. So, do you see how there's not really a harsh break happening? Voices that urge me to stay. Me is more in my head voice. To is again more chest voice. Me too, me too, me too. You can hardly distinguish whether it's head or chest voice. It's because I'm not flipping this back here. I'm not, urge me to stay, urge me. I'm too dark in head voice, me. Very relaxed larynx position, I'm not too pushed down. Me to stay. So I pause and I wait and I listen for one more sound. And I like to not breathe there. Listen for one more sound, for one more lovely thing that the hills might say. Again, hills, for me it's comfortable in head voice. might would be too dark in head voice. I just can't really quite get it anymore. Hills might say it's more in a chest voice. And then we go on. The hills are alive. Very important here. Connected. Make a long phrase, and you may even want to practice this without singing. The hills are alive with the sound of music. So long phrases, very long vowels. Make sure it's very, very connected. With the sound of music, with songs they have sung. And again, that same story. Very open chest voice, songs they have sung. Songs, I'm very open, not flat. Songs they have sung. So don't lean against your vocal cords. Keep it in this very nice resonating space to where it has this very nice open vowel sound. With songs they have sung for 1,000 years. And another very important principle here is that whenever you have this long note that's holding, don't just make it static. Don't sit on it and not change anything. Don't just lock it in. Go with the music. There is a crescendo and a decrescendo here that naturally happens. So whenever you do it, especially just with a piano and voice, you need to do more with a voice, so that way there's more interesting things happening. For 1,000 years, although the vibrato comes later on. The hills fill my heart. Again, you can't really sing on heart. It's hard. So, heart is hard. Think not British, but think very neutral. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. So you don't want to be too American or too British. You want to make it very neutral. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. Put that k at the end. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. See, don't just sing that long note. Hears. It's not interesting. It hears. Now take it back, because now comes the next part. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from the church on a breeze. So you heard me just not breathe within the phrase. You can, but it would be really cool if you didn't have to breathe within that phrase. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise. You can breathe there. From the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze. And again, do you see how this character of this middle part is totally different than the first part? The first part is much more like longer and more kind of lifted up, and this is kind of, it moves faster, it has faster pitches in there, so the character is a little bit more happy and a little bit more upbeat, so it has a little bit more accents in there. To laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones in its way. Now it rises again. To sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. See, crescendo, and then again, don't just sit on that pray. Learning to pray. Don't just sit there. Learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I like that, when my heart is lonely, because that thought is just like, it makes you have a different color. I love that. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. crescendo here because now we come to the climax of the song. Before my heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more. There it was. But what I'm saying is that's very important is here to have these very long phrases. Already know the whole phrase that you're going to do and how you're going to shape it. Another very important thing here, I've done this with my students. There's a lot of E's that are on high notes. Make sure you don't alter the E. Shape it just like a regular E. And now what happens when you take the E up? E, you can still kind of be narrow. E. We're not going to have to go higher here, but it's already higher than we have to go. But make sure you just drop your jaw, but leave your tongue between your back teeth. Leave it. Leave it where it needs to be for an E sound. Otherwise, your E is going to become something else. Like some people just open up back here too. And that's too soon to be that widely open, and then it sounds like and not E anymore. See how between my back teeth the tongue stays right in the E position. That's really important. What is important also is that what's behind there, what's behind that position where your tongue kind of nestles in between your back teeth, that needs to be open. So you don't want to be get very closed in your throat. You want to stay open in your throat, and that's important. That position, when your tongue meets your back teeth, that stays. In the front, your jaw relaxes. You kind of drop it just a little bit. And then in the back, your throat also stays open. That ensures that the E stays an E, but you still have good resonating space. Now, when you get even higher than that, you do get open and more open. However, just let me demonstrate to you that the E can still be distinguished from any other vowel. I mean, you could still, like, within the word, you could still hear if it's an R or an E. The higher the pitch gets, the more it becomes open and becomes close to an R. But here in this song, it is not that high, so be careful of your E's. And there's a lot of E's on the top notes. The hills are alive, and the hills fill my heart. Every song, a lot of E's here, so make sure you keep them as an E. I hope you're going to sing this song. It's awesome. Even for the guys, if you are a guy, you can sing it. You probably don't want to get into a head voice too much, but it is a really fun song. You probably would just have to find the right key for you, but it's very nice, and it is a crowd pleaser. People love it. It's not so well known here in Europe, but I'm sure everybody still loves it. I mean, whenever I do it, people aren't so familiar, but people love it. Thanks for watching today. Yes, if you have not joined my Facebook group, it's a great opportunity to get feedback from me, from all the others. There's great conversations happening there. And the most important thing, every Thursday you can post videos or audio samples of you singing, and everybody gives feedback and encourages each other. And that's a great way to connect and to get yourself out there and get yourself to be heard without, somebody judging you. It is a judgment-free zone, and everybody is there. We're all in the same boat. We're all trying to become better singers and perfect our art. There's all levels there, beginners to professionals. So I'd love to see you there. Just look for Master Your Voice on Facebook, and you can just request to join, and I will gladly approve you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, don't forget, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing. Bye.